Hey guys, what's up? This is Justin Uprising, and welcome to another edition of The Rise here on my gaming channel. Today is January 20th, 2016, Wednesday, January 20th, and it is Royal Rumble weekend. We have the Rumble this Sunday, where Roman Reigns will be defending his WWE World Heavyweight Championship in the Royal Rumble match. And we also have updates on AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura since the last time we had the show. But before getting into that, I want to get into a serious issue we are having in the independent wrestling scene. Because as you all know, everybody when they say Indy Wrestling, they think Ring of Honor, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, and Evolve and those promotions. But for every one of those, we have about 20 to 30 shitty promotions, or trash bag promotions, as you will. The problem I want to bring up is that since well before this year, I mean, this has been happening since the 80s, but it's been getting more attention now since we're in the age of social media, is that lots of these promotions, they don't do proper background checks on the quote-unquote wrestlers that they are booking for the shows. So the problem that we've been having, I mean, that's been going all around pro wrestling for the longest in the independent scene, is that you get people whose criminal records don't allow them to be around a group of people where there's children involved. What I mean by this are people on the sex offenders registry. The problem we're having is that a lot of these guys, some of these guys have been convicted of either sexual misconduct with a minor or things of that nature, and that's fucked up. And for some reasons, these promotions don't do proper background checks. So what I want to get into here is, because this has been happening since the 80s. I mean, this is like a dark secret. Lots of people know this. But what I want to get into here is a situation that arose this past week. On Saturday night, the Facebook social page named Trashback Wrestlers, which is like a botchamania, but more on focusing on wrestlers that aren't dressed exactly as wrestlers. You know, people like if somebody that they picked out of the crowd. So this page, Trashback Wrestlers, they posted a picture of this one guy who goes by the alias Matthew Columbine. The guy has like a juggalo gimmick, and well, everybody had a laugh because it's just like botchamania. People have fun and everything, right? So that was on Saturday night. So yesterday, right? Monday evening, to be more specific, my bad. Monday evening, it comes out that Trashback Wrestler gives an update in the comment section of the original thread. And they say, is this the guy? And it's a registry, the link to his registry in the sex offenders registry in the county of Wabash County in Indiana. There's lots of red flags here. The guy and his girlfriend and other people he may know came into the comment section to defend him. But I pulled up, I have his profile right here, the registry on the Wabash County Sheriff's Office website, and he is indeed registered. Here we go. Matthew Columbine is his alias. His real name is actually Joshua Matthew Cavins. He's been registered since September 28th, 2011. He was charged with sexual misconduct with a minor. The problem is that when you're on the registry, you can't be around children. He can't be around schools. He can't be wrestling in these shows that he's booked for where children attend, yet he's doing that. That is a big no-no. That is against the law. You're putting these children in danger. So the problem we also have is that he himself came into the comment section to defend himself. So as soon as he came, the problem with that as well is that people on the registry cannot have at all any social media accounts. Facebook has a link to ban these people. They're not supposed to be on social media at all. He came in here trying to defend himself, saying, one of his excuses on the comment thread was that in Japan, as the age of consent is 15. He's not in Japan. He's in the United States of America. He is not supposed to be either on social media. He's not supposed to be wrestling at these shows. These are against the terms in which he was released. He is not supposed to be doing any of this at all. This is a serious violation. He could go back into jail for this. He should go back into jail for this because he is not allowed. He's breaking the law. So you also had this uproar of people trying to get him banned from social media, as they should, because as law-abiding citizens, we should not be exposed to that risk. We should not be exposing our children to this risk. So you had people defending him, some of his people defending him. And as soon as this news started breaking out, lots of the promotions that had booked them have already unbooked them, have fired him. One of them is Caution High Risk Wrestling, as I'm seeing right now. I believe is the booker or the promoter called Joe Young. He already fired them, which is the proper way to do, but they should have done a background check first. But at least they, as soon as they knew, they got rid of the guy. Lots of other promotions are doing the same. The problem we're having is that this is not the first time something like this would happen. This has been a recurring theme in independent wrestling. We have a problem that people who are not doing the proper background checks on these people before booking them. And you have lots of these, not quote unquote, because they've been convicted. Like for example, this guy's sexual misconduct with a minor. He was convicted on September 14th, 2011. You have all these pedophiles and molesters and rapists who pose as wrestlers, and the promotions are putting not only the fans but the general public in harm's way by booking these people in a show like this. I believe that we should have some sort of a page or a database a database to allow people to know who to book. This is for both wrestlers and promoters, because there's been some very shady promoters who skip out on paying wrestlers. So I believe we should have a proper database for the independent wrestling scene, where anybody who might want to wrestle or book, right, they could just go into this website and they could look up the promotion or the performer they are about to book or want to get booked on, and decide if that person is able to be at the show and if they're a professional about it. Because this has been happening for way too long. This is some shady shit going on, and this is just wrong. This guy is not supposed to be anywhere at these shows at all. He's not supposed to be around children. Sorry about that. Just getting something. He's not even supposed to be on social media, yet he's doing all of this. And he's trying to justify himself, even though he's in the wrong. What he did was wrong. He was convicted of it by a jury of his peers. Yet, here he is again. I'm going to be linking to the registry site so y'all can see for yourselves that I'm not bullshitting you. He is registered. You have his picture right there and everything. But going back to the problem, this has been going on since the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and now. This has always been happening in independent wrestling. And it's time we cleaned up the situation in independent wrestling, because it is a serious situation going on, and we are putting everybody else at risk. So I just wanted to get that off my chest, because I think that's some pretty fucked up shit going on. At least people we live in an age where all this is starting to get known and people could find out about this. So now another thing I want to talk about, let's move on to some lighter news. This Saturday, Let me see up. Let me look up the date properly. Saturday, January 23rd is AJ Styles' last show for Ring of Honor. His last independent show, his farewell show. My bad. He will not be wrestling on the show. He will only be doing an autograph signing before the show, and apparently after the show, they will give him a send-off. He is not performing on the card, which is very telling, since the rumors are floating around that he might be coming to WWE for the Royal Rumble match. This is very telling because WWE allows their performers, anybody that they sign, to finish up their independent dates. But towards the end, they really don't want these performers, they don't want them wrestling on the cards. Either do an autograph signing or something like that. So this AJ Styles' last show is that Saturday, and I believe it's in Georgia for Ring of Honor. The Royal Rumble is Sunday. Last weekend, AJ Styles had his last show at the Revolution Pro Wrestling show in the UK. After his match, you can find the fan footage on all types of social media, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. He said that if there was a spot for him in the Royal Rumble, he would kick ass for the fans. He did not specify if he was going to be in the Rumble match. He said if there was a spot. This is very telling because today, just before I started recording this, John Cena on Instagram shared a picture of one AJ Styles. The rumors have been running rampant since that January 4th show ended. And I believe he's going to be in that Royal Rumble match. I think he's going to be there. And considering it's in Orlando, I think he will have a proper reception. I mean, I think everybody knows who AJ Styles is. We live in an age of where we can find any information, anything we want at light speed. We have everything at the grasp of our fingertips. So I'm pretty sure that wrestling fans at least have a basic knowledge of who AJ Styles is. I am excited for this. I mean, I want to see AJ Styles in WWE. I think he will be in the Royal Rumble match. But it is very interesting to see how everything is falling along. How the pieces are falling into the puzzle, per se. As for somebody else who is a part of these rumors, there is Shinsuke Nakamura. As I said on my last show, his last day, I believe, is January 30th for New Japan Pro Wrestling. It has been leaked, according to Pro Wrestling Insider and a bunch of other sources, that Shinsuke Nakamura is coming to the WWE Performance Center in February to work out and get his medical testing done. It is believed that Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows will follow him later and will debut at the March tapings of NXT. But as we can see, it is most likely that these guys are coming in towards WWE. Even though, I mean, the rumors been rampant. WWE on their website, on their social media account, they've been hyping this up. But I think it's safe to say that they are coming in. Nakamura coming in later. He won't be in the Royal Rumble match. He's coming in around February to go train at the Performance Center, as I said, to get, most likely than not, his medical testing done. Speaking of the medical testing, another interesting situation arose this week as Daniel Bryan is going to Pittsburgh. He's been booked for an appearance, I believe is at a convention, like a comic convention or something, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's replacing an injured Seth Rollins. What's interesting about this is that WWE's medical testing are performed in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And there's people who are saying that Daniel Bryan, while there, he will be getting medical testing done to see if he could be cleared by WWE. Because Daniel Bryan has been cleared by his personal doctors, but WWE has not medically cleared them, even though his personal doctor has. So, sorry about that. So it's very interesting to see where that develops and where that heads to. I think Daniel Bryan is going to be in the Royal Rumble match. I hope he is. The Royal Rumble match this Sunday is looking pretty interesting. Reigns is defending. There's lots of injuries. and Brock Lesnar will be in the match. And there's an uncertainty to it all since Roman Reigns is coming in at number 1. We have yet to see Triple H on TV, on WWE main roster television, let me specify that, since he was attacked by Roman Reigns at the end of the Table, Ladders, and Chairs pay-per-view. We saw him at NXT, but we have not seen him on either Raw or SmackDown. I think Triple H will be coming in at number 30. I think he's going to win the Royal Rumble match. That's my belief, but it's interesting to see where this all goes. And we also have the situation arising where, okay, Roman Reigns is coming out number 1, but nobody knows who else is in the Royal Rumble match. I mean, we know a few people, but due to all the injuries, I mean, the roster's been depleted. Rumors were that WWE offered Shawn Michaels a bunch of money to be in the Royal Rumble match, but apparently he has declined the offer. But the Royal Rumble match is this Sunday. And going through the card right now, we have, let me pull it up right here 1 second. We do have the Royal Rumble match where Roman Reigns is going to be defending his WWE Championship in the match. We have a last man standing match between Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose. I think, well, this was a tough call. I think Dean Ambrose might retain, but it is not a sure thing. I mean, this could end up being a pretty good match. Last man standing match between Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose might turn out to be a pretty good match. We have Alberto Rio defending the United States Championship against, oh, sorry about that, still a little bit under the weather. He's facing Kalisto for the United States Championship after beating Kalisto on SmackDown for the title, after Kalisto beat him for the title on Raw. I think that in this match, Kalisto ends up winning the championship. We also have the Divas title match between Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch has been on fire lately. Her matches have been pretty good. Her promos have been excellent on the mic. She's been showing actual charisma. She's been showing fire, something that many people thought she wouldn't be showing. But I've been actually digging Becky Lynch a lot lately. I mean, I've been a fan, but lately she stepped it up a notch. Becky Lynch will not have nobody on her corner. Charlotte will have Ric Flair, who I think will play into the ending of the match. We have the Royal Rumble match, as I said, and a kickoff match, a fatal 4-way tag team match, which will be, let me see, the Dudleys versus the Ascension versus Mark Henry and Jack Swagger versus Darren Young and Damien Sandow. So you have that. And well, that's all for this week. So this is just an uprising for this week. Signing off. Ooh, a
little showboating, but look at this. He may be out.
2, 3, 4.
Man, he's still down after that move. I almost wonder if his bell got seriously wrong there.
7.
Just trying to goad his opponent into making a mistake here. Playing mind games. Yeah, a little intimidation there.
The moonsault's not the only move Kevin Owens has. He did it. The winner and your new champion.
Let's see what happened during that incredible matchup. I can't believe what we just saw. Highlight after highlight. That match was incredible. Oh, they threw everything they had at each each other in this match.
Here's your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Kevin Owens.
He gets a victory here tonight. Love him or hate him, that was an incredible